All right, so my ranking is still like US, China, US tied for first. US might be second if we're just talking straight supplies. Russia, and then like Israel and Iran maybe battling for like those last two places for third and fourth. Let's see.
Power, land units, naval strength, and air forces. If you're wondering where North Korea and Kim Jong-un ranks, they're only 30th on the list.
30?
Sorry, Kim. These are the top 5 militaries today. Welcome to Explained.
All right,
Let's start
see.
with number 5, Japan. For a
Okay,
country
Japan.
that's only
Okay.
as big as California, Japan proves that size doesn't matter. This island nation has a defense budget of $47 billion per year and 309,000 military personnel. And this includes active, reserve, and paramilitary forces. But don't be fooled by these small numbers. Its army has more than 1,000 tanks and 5,500 armored vehicles. This includes the AAV-7 amphibious assault vehicle that can carry troops from ship to shore and through rough water. And they also have the Type 16.
Nah, that's tough, bro. They got a hybrid vehicle. I like that.
That's lightweight and fast, but capable of taking on enemies twice its size.
When I think about like military tech, this is the type of stuff like amphibious vehicles. I'm actually kind of disappointed though that like nobody has like mechs. Like nobody has like Gundams basically. I would think Japan would have a Gundam, bro. Like where's the Gundams at?
Japan's Navy has over 100.
Because that would basically defeat the need for jets. But I guess like they would probably get shot down. That makes sense. All right, never mind.
55 assets. That's as much as the UK and German navies combined. It has the second largest fleet of helicopter carriers and 22 vessels dedicated to planting underwater mines that can sink unsuspecting ships. Japan is also working on 2 new anti-ballistic missile destroyers worth $4.8 billion. That's going to be among the biggest in the Pacific region. Its Air Force is very well equipped as well, with attack helicopters like the AH-64 Apache and F-35s from America. Japan is also working on its own fighter jets dubbed FX for now, that experts say will be better than many Russian and Chinese aircraft.
Okay.
But when it comes to overseas military...
Bro, when I was a kid, like my favorite, I don't know, I went through like the jet phase. I was really into jets. Like I used to have like the model ones. Y'all remember Starscream, the Transformer? I was really into it, bro. I used to love fighter jets. And then I used to look at the like air shows, bro. There was like one group of like air, like it was like I think they're like Blue Devils or Blue Ain't. It was something like that. Let me know if y'all know what I'm talking about though.
bases, Japan has only one in the Republic of Djibouti. Number 4 is India. With 1.3 billion people, India has one of the largest populations in the world. So it's no surprise that it also has the largest military manpower with over 5.1 million personnel. Its defense budget is $49 billion, and while it develops its own firepower, it also buys weapons.
Who does India have like beef with though? Like I never heard India like get into it with anyone. Who does India have problems with? Does India have any like enemies? Or do they ever go to war?
India's definitely seen its share of conflict, both historically and more recently. They've had wars with Pakistan multiple times since independence, mostly over Kashmir, 1947, 65, 71, and the Kargil War in 99. There was also a war with China in 1962 over a border dispute in the Himalayas. More recently, they had a brief clash with Pakistan in 2025 after missile strikes. And right now there's a tense situation with the West Asia conflict happening with strikes on Iran. And India is having to evacuate people from the region and send ships to protect fuel carriers.
Interesting. Okay.
Countries, especially Russia.
Didn't even know.
Let's look at its army. It has tanks like the T-90 Bhishma that can drive on almost any kind of ground, and long-range artillery guns like the Danush that can fire 3 missiles in 15 seconds. India is also nuclear powered with
3 missiles in 15 seconds. Is that like I guess it's a flex? Seems kind of slow, but I mean, missiles, I guess. Okay.
Intercontinental missile called the Agni 5. And it has a supersonic cruise missile built with Russia called the BrahMos that travels 3 times the speed of sound. With a 7,500-kilometer coastline to protect, the Indian Navy plays a key role in its defense system. Among its warships is a massive Russian-origin IAC-1 aircraft carrier that can carry up to 30 MiG-29K aircraft, 17 submarines, 3 of which are nuclear. India's also made big investments in its air force, buying a fleet of
India ain't playing around, bro. Okay,
French
India.
Rafale fighter jets that can launch attacks 150 kilometers away, and a large fleet of American MQ-9 Reapers. In terms of overseas bases, India has set up in 9 countries and is reportedly setting up a new secret base in Mauritius. The third on our list is China.
I mean, it makes sense that their country's pretty big. Like India was like over 1 billion people, and now 1 billion is a lot. Like I don't think people realize how much 1 billion is. Like I remember when I heard that 1 billion seconds was it like 30 years, and then like 1 million seconds was like 11 days. It was something crazy like that. Let me ask.
Hey,
How much time is 1 billion seconds?
that's about 31 and a half years. Pretty wild to think about, right?
So yeah, think about that in terms of people. Is that even true though? How many people does India have? I could be wrong. How many?
What's up?
How many people are in India?
Let me quickly check that for you. Around 1.47 billion.
Yeah, India is packed, bro. That's a lot of people.
Has a defense budget of $250 billion and, not surprisingly, has over 3.1 million military personnel. Its land forces have the second largest fleet of rocket projectiles and self-propelled artillery. In fact, China has some crazy tech like corner shotguns, but it's never really shown off its military strength.
Nah, that's
until
tough, bro. The
2000.
corner shotguns. What movie is that from, bro? I didn't know they invented that though, bro. I remember. What was that? Was that John Wick? There was some movie where somebody had the corner shotgun, bro. It might have been a Jason Statham movie. I don't know, but that's tough.
19. China put some futuristic weapons on display, like an intercontinental ballistic missile that has
China got it though. China has they have their economy. The fact that they make everything means that like when it comes down to it, if they had to get busy in terms of war, they could turn off. They could just be like, all right, we're gonna stop selling Temu slop, and we're actually about to just make a bunch of weapons. Good luck to everybody else. Like China is them when it comes to manufacturing, bro.
range of 14,500 kilometers and can carry 10 nuclear warheads. And in July 2021, China tested a hypersonic missile that circled the globe in space before hitting a target in its own country. China's navy is the largest in the world. It has more submarines than any other country, 6 of which are nuclear. It also has
It circled the world in space and then came back and hit a target in China.
2 massive aircraft carriers and Type 022 missile boats that are designed to deflect radars from fighter jets. Now, having numbers is great, but we all know that any warship is only as good as its weapons. Knowing this, China is working on a weapon called
This video is 3 years old, bro.
the electromagnetic railgun that can strike a target 200 kilometers away at a speed of 2.5 kilometers per second. Its Air Force...
All right, it's still early though. It's still early. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what, you know what I mean? I'm American, so I want to see what, what do we have? All right. China got it though. That nuke, that is crazy.
is also rapidly expanding. China has 4th generation Su-35 fighters from Russia, J-20 stealth fighters, and combat drones like the Sharp Sword. Also, in its final stages is a stealth bomber called the H-20 that experts are comparing to some of the U.S.
It looked like that one plane the United States got, bro. The B-20. Oh, they knocked it off. They got the Temu jet, bro. Hey, shouts out China though. They doing that. Anything you can do, I can do better. That's what China on, bro. Oh my God.
most advanced drones. In terms of geographical advantage, China only has 1 military base in Djibouti with 400 to 500 military troops. The second most powerful is Russia. Russia's military has 1.3 million soldiers and a defense budget of $154 billion.
Hey,
Let's
bro.
talk about Russian weapon technology that has caught global attention. Its main military tank is the T-90, and its Contact 5 armor can apparently withstand an attack from an American TOW missile. Russia has short-range ballistic missiles like the Skander and rocket launchers like the Grad and Smerch. It
I
also
wonder how
ha-
much of this, like, a country's military budget, like, I wonder how much those numbers are inflated to, like, as, like, bravado for, like, other countries to see. Because, like, bro, $154 billion? Like, and I'm just trying to reconcile that with, like, what I know about Russia or don't know about their, like, economy. $154 billion, bro? They got it like that?
is the second largest navy. Its warships carry the
Jeez.
deadly Caliber cruise missile, and its K-222 nuclear submarines are the fastest in the world. Not to mention the massive aircraft carrier it has called the Admiral Kuznetsov. When it comes to Russia's Air Force, it has Tu-160M bombers, Su-35 fighters, and over 300 attack helicopters like the Ka-52. It's also working on a new stealth bomber known only as Pak-Da. But what enemies really need to watch out for are the Kinzhal hypersonic aeroballistic missiles carried by the MiG-31K interceptors. Outside of its borders, Russia has at least 8 known military bases. Finally, at number 1, we have the USA. The US has just over 1.8 million military personnel, and while the number isn't as large as China and India, it is the world's best fighting force. Here's why. America has a budget of $770 billion, and its weapons technology is
and this is 3 years ago, so it's probably damn near $1 trillion at this point.
Comparable.
What do we have? Let's see. As of 3 years ago, what does the United States have, bro? Let's see.
For starters, the M1A2 Abrams tank are the most feared on the battlefield. But the biggest device on the US stockpile is the B-83 nuclear bomb that can deliver 1.2 million tons of TNT. It's also developing some new weapons.
That's scary,
One being the Excalibur S missile that can be fired at a target 70 kilometers away. That's like firing from the Statue of Liberty in New York and hitting a target in Princeton, New Jersey. The other secret weapon being tested is a 300 kilowatt laser gun that can take down drones and floating
we got a
targets.
laser gun though? Jeez.
The US Navy.
This is what I would imagine, like, if we had Gundams, they would have, like, the US Gundam would have a arm cannon with the laser and whatever the first weapon they said was. What was that? This thing? Well, nah, the nuke would be OP for a Gundam. They wouldn't put that on the Gundam. But
take down drones and floating targets.
this is cool,
The
though.
US Navy is top-notch, and its biggest advantage is its 11 aircraft carriers
The
that
laser.
can hold up to 60 fighter jets each. Oh, and let's not forget their nuclear-capable submarines. The most impressive part of the American military is its Air Force. It has F-35s and F-22s and a large fleet of B-1 and B-2 bombers. But it doesn't stop there. The US have quiet and lethal drones like the MQ-9 Reaper, which is designed for high altitude and long duration missions.
That's what they're saying. Russia has some of these.
The MQ-25 Stingray that can refuel up to 4 F-35s mid-flight. And the X-47Bs that can take off from warships.
So that's a drone.
In terms of overseas bases, the United States has more than 750 across 80 countries. That's more than all the other overseas military bases of other countries combined.
That's a lot, dude.
The destructive capacity of these weapons is scary. And while countries around the world continue to update their weapons technology, it's important for world leaders to choose.
I'm pretty sure it's even crazier now, bro. This video is 3 years ago. It's 2026. We probably got some new stuff, but let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace.